Yo, what's going on, lads? It's your boy Rizzo Infra, and today I've got a story time for you all. I wouldn't recommend you repeat what I do within this story. It will get you in a lot of trouble if you don't get as lucky as I did. So here we go. This story sets place around middle of July this year, so fucking recent. I reckon it was around the 10th, I'd like to say. Like around that area. We had one more week after this week of school. So we had 2 days this week where we went to colleges. This was the last day in school until Friday. It was a Tuesday. So how this starts, I going to school, normal day. On my first lesson with the boys, Chunky, Jordan at 0 and Armac. We have that maths class, fucking easy shit. We're going to English, it's basically the same apart from there's no one in the class I speak to. So I sit down, I don't get on with work because we got some shitty supply teacher. We finish that lesson and then we go to break. Now this is where it starts to get fucked. After break, I had double science, which is 2 science lessons back to back. Basically, from break to lunch, I'll have science. So the bell rings and I start walking to lesson, and I've got this kid I'm gonna call Steve walking with me. Me and him aren't the closest of people, not now anyway. We were sort of mates then, but then again we weren't the closest. So we're walking to lesson, and I see these 2 girls in front of me. Now these motherfuckers look like Thomas the Tank and Percy from fucking Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, or whatever the fuck it's called. Fucking, they have elf bars. They have elf bars. They're fucking letting out clouds, like sort of directing them above them so they look like a train. Now, me being a dumbass thinks, oh, this will be funny. One sec. I go into my pocket. I get this 8K massive fuck off vape. So I get my fucking 8K vape. I go to Steve. Yo, Steve, look at them. They're proper naughty. And then I take this fucking massive hit, long hit obviously, of fucking vape. Let out the vapor. I don't try and hide it whatsoever, and he just turns to me and goes, yo, the head teacher's behind us. Now, for the sake of the story, I'm going to call the head teacher Mrs. Johnson. So he goes to me, yo, Mrs. Johnson's behind us. I think, oh yeah, he's bullshitting me, he's done this before. No one's behind me, I'm good. So I turn around slowly, not really bothered, and then I see this Snorlax looking motherfucker, like basically escaped from SeaWorld whale, chase me down in a high-vis jacket, like fucking... I see this and I fucking think, shit, I've got to run. So I throw this fucking massive vape. She defo saw me. So no matter what I did here, I was getting caught. So I fucking just throw it in my pocket and I run past the 2 girls. And I go right down to the because this was the outside area, this wasn't in the corridors. You go through the doors, you turn right, you turn right again, and then you turn into the doors and then it's science. So I'm running down next to the doors to science, and the 2 girls see me. The 2 girls I mentioned before, Thomas and Percy. So these 2 see me running, they look behind them. They also see Miss Johnson start to speed up, so they were like, fuck. So they start running up slightly behind me. I don't see this, they tell me later on. But I turn into the corridor, I go into science, I'm like, fuck. So I wait for my mate to come in. We're gonna call him James, and I go to James. Yo, bro, I need help. And he goes, what is it? So I go to him. You need to hold my coat and not let anyone look through it. And he goes, why? What have you got? And I just said, vape. He calls me like an idiot or some shit, and then he sits down with the coat. Now, this lesson goes perfectly. No teachers came in to pick me up. There was a few teachers who came in, but each and every time they asked for someone else, I shit myself, that's just how it happened. But fucking get on this, there was no fucking cameras. The cameras just didn't exist. I don't know why they didn't have cameras in the one spot that everyone vapes, considering, the school is so anti-vape. So I got away with it because this teacher didn't see my face, and the fact that they didn't have fucking cameras around the building. So, moral of the story is, check who's behind you. If you're doing that shit, just don't do it in general. If you're under 18, I'm a bit stupid. Me doing it but I got into it for different reasons, you know. Could be smoking weed in school, you know. At least I'm not. So there's an upside to this. But you know, check who's behind you. If you're doing that shit in school, which you shouldn't, you know, make sure there's no fucking teachers right behind you, especially the head teacher. So yeah, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Part 2 is out next Thursday. So if you enjoyed, you know, part 2 is going to be even more fucked because I did get caught and they saw my face. So wait until the next fucking video because that one's the better one. But yeah, that'll be out next Thursday. See you all later. Peace.
I'm a menace, a dentist, an oral hygienist. Open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes. Take a little bit of this fluoride riddance. Whisper, don't spit it. Swallow it now, finish.